Okay, guys, we'll start off with the next part to be a very basic sigma notation lesson. Sigma notation gets very difficult, but we'll start off with the basics, right? Now, there's ways to deal with all sigma questions. Unfortunately, I'm not really good at writing sigma, but yeah, let's put that. Let's put n equals to 1, n equals to 10, and let's put this as 2n. Now, once you understand what this means in words, it's done. This is a simple question. It's level 1, but you need to understand it, right? So what's going to happen is something like this. Firstly, this part is the start. That's always the start. That's always the end. The start is not always at 1, guys. It could be 0, and that's the formula. Okay, the rules to deal with sigma is step 1, substitute into the formula to get the terms. So step 1, sub from the starting point. So I'm starting at 1 and I'm going to end up with 2. Then 2 into 2, I'm going to end up with 4. And 2 into 3, I'm going to end up with 6. Now I know this was a simple formula, right? But it's easy to teach. So step 1 was to get our terms. Step 2 is to find out what formula it is. Where is it geometric, quadratic, arithmetic? For now, I mean it's a grade 2 formula. So we can see it's +2 +2, right? You and I even could test that it's 8 and 10. I mean, we don't need that, but we can see that it's a linear pattern. Okay. Step 3 is to use the sum formula. Now, guys, some of you all need to go and watch the arithmetic lesson to deal with this. But this is the sum formula for arithmetic. Okay. We can double check this one. I think there is a video released on this, so it's fine. And then we put the n value. Now, guys, this n value, I don't want you guys to get too used to looking at the last value. The end value, this value here, this n, is not always the number of terms. It's just the end. How do you get n? To get n, the number of terms, you take the top minus the bottom plus 1. So the top is 10 minus the bottom 1 plus 1. So n equals to 10. Now, the reason we do that is when it's n equals to 1 on the bottom, it's very simple. But sometimes it could be n equals to 3, or n equals to 9, or n equals to 8. So this is the formula to get n. Okay? And then quite simply, this answer, I don't know what it is though. What's this? 5 times 4 plus, okay, 110. 110. So guys, one of my students did ask me about the white calculator having the sigma notation part on the calculator. Can you use it? Definitely. You can use it to get the answer to check. But, I mean, for 4 marks, you're going to end up losing the marks. Remember, your matric papers are marked by external markers. Whether it's CAPS or IEB, doesn't really matter. But other people are marking your papers. There's a marking guideline. In that marking guideline, they would say, hey, give them 1 mark for substituting, 1 mark for formula, 1 mark for the answer, you know? So I just made that up now, but example, that marking guideline is marked and it's followed quite strictly. So if you just put an answer, sometimes in the marking guideline, if you look at any of the memos, it says give 0 for answer. Or some questions give you full marks for the answers. But when it comes to sigma and grade 12, generally, they do want you to work from the start. The next sigma notation that we deal with, the basic one, so we'll call this a level 1 sigma notation lesson. N, that's n equals to 1. right? Let's put the formula of 10 into half and n minus 1, right? Now, guys, step 1 is to find out the first three terms because I need to know the formula n equals to 1 minus 1. So that's 10. 10 times half into 1 minus 2, which is 5. 10 times half into 1 minus 3, which is 5 over 2. So my formula is 10, 5, and half. Right? 10, 5, and half. 10, 5, and 5 over 2, sorry. So this becomes r equals to half and r equals to half. Now, guys, we go and look at the thing. We started at 1. We're ending at infinity. So the fact that you're ending at infinity, the only formula you can use is sum to infinity. And first term's 10, 1 minus half, and this answer is 20. That's all there is to this question. Quite simply. We could work, this is still level 1, right? But I mean, what should I do? Let me just think quickly. Give me a second. I just want to confirm something. Okay, cool. Let's see if this works out, right? I'm just making this up on the spot, guys, so bear with me. This is infinity. This is n equals to 1. This is a times half n minus 1, 20. Now, guys, what this means is the word sigma means sum of. If you have to put this in words, I would say the sum of this nonsense formula starting at 1 and ending at infinity equals to 20. Now, it is difficult at the start, but the fact that I know this is sum to infinity, I can go sum to infinity equals to a over 1 minus r. I know my sum to infinity equals to 20. A is there. In this question, I can see that r is most likely half, 1 minus half. And you can solve for this as quite simply 20. Take that over, and this is 20 times half equals to a, and a equals to 10. And then that's all there is to this question, right? So we're going to end at this point because we'll do a level 4 lesson well in the next lesson.